Hello, business calculus students. It's time to differentiate using the product rule. So I've got some problems up here where we've got the product rule listed, and notice that in each one of these, we've got a product of functions. So here we go. For the first one, we want to take ddt of this expression. Now what I'm going to do is just outline in red. Here's our first function, that's f. Here's our second function, that's g. So using the product rule, we want the derivative of the first function, ddt of t squared plus 2, times our second function, e to the t, plus our first function, times our derivative of the second function. Again, in red, I'll put down below. Here's our f prime, g, f, g prime. So now we just have to use our differentiation rules that we already know. This derivative is 2t, e to the t, plus t squared plus 2. The derivative of e to the t is e to the t. Yay, derivative! You do not need to worry right now about simplifying this. This form is fine. Let's do that again. So let's do a d dt of 2 to the t times the natural log of t. And again, here's our f, here's our g. Derivative of the first term times the second term plus the first term times the derivative of the second term. And again, to make it match up here, here's our f prime, g, f, g prime. Okay, I've got an exponential function. So we use the rule for exponential functions. There's our g. Here's our f. Our derivative of natural log of something is 1 over that something when we've got the variable there, so that's 1 over t. There's our derivative. Again, you can leave things in this form. That's fine. All right, one more time. And in this case, I've made this last one a little bit more complicated. We're going to put some extra rules in here. Again, let's outline. There's the f, there's the g. Oh, notice that we got x's this time. Just a little change up. So we're going to have that derivative. Here's our second term. Plus our first term, first function, times the derivative of the second function. And again, in red, here's my f prime, g, f, g prime. Now please note something here. Aha, I've got e to the 2x, not just e to the x. This is a chain rule differentiation, so we have to do chain rule in the middle of product rule. Well, if you remember one of our special cases, the derivative of e to the blah is e to the blah, e to the 2x, times the derivative of blah, so that's going to be times 2. We'll write down the g. And now we have to differentiate this polynomial. Derivative of x squared is 2x. The derivative of 2x plus 1 is just the slope of that linear function. That's 2. And there's our derivative. So there are 3 examples of how to differentiate using the product rule.